Live from Harlingen, McAllen, Brownsville, and all of the Rio Grande Valley in HD, this is Action 4 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marcy Martinez. Thanks so much for joining Action 4 News this Wednesday. First on 4, a woman has died following a major accident in Harlingen today. Action 4's Tiffany Huertas live from the scene with the very latest for us.
Marcy, just a few hours ago, I was standing here talking to the husband of the victim in the crash. Tonight, we learn that she is leaving behind 3 children. Take a look at this video sent to us by an Action 4 News viewer. You can see when it all happened here along the 2000 block of East Harrison Street. According to witnesses, the white Nissan was heading west on Harrison and can be seen on a pest control company's dash cam video weaving in and out of traffic when they slam into a van crossing the intersection at the 21st Street. The violent collision sent both vehicles off the roadway, landing in this parking lot of a local dentist's office.
A little white car came out from behind us and just tore off down the road. Poor people in the van over there, never saw him coming. Looked kind of like the white car tried to veer off and miss him, and it didn't happen.
Both drivers were taken to Valley Baptist Medical Center. The driver of the Nissan car is listed in stable condition. At this time, no charges have been filed. Harlingen Police continues investigating. Again, the mother leaves behind 3 children, including a 5-month-old baby. Live in Harlingen, Tiffany Huertas, Action 4 News.
All right, Tiffany, a tragic update there tonight. Thanks. Residents of South Far in Las Milpas say they are finally getting the attention from the city that they deserve. Action 4's Annalise Ortiz is in Las Milpas right now to explain why the community will soon have a different look and feel. Annalise.
Marcy, a new library, a bridge to a local park, and a plan to pave every road in Las Milpas. Now, those were all on the Far City Commissioner's agenda last night, and they were all approved. Las Milpas residents say this is a long-awaited victory. Residents in Las Milpas say they've come a long way since the Colonia was annexed by the city of Far 20 years ago, but there are still necessities they don't have.
In the summer, most kids have nothing to do here because there is nothing to do here.
Some have to travel miles to the nearest library in McAllen. Others simply don't have the transportation to do so. The only place for the community to gather is Jones Box Park, a park that some families don't have easy access to, as Action 4 News has reported.
They go down, and when there's no water, come across, and then they come back up.
And those with transportation have to face a bumpy ride.
The street where I live hasn't been redone in over 20 years, and I moved here in 1985.
But it won't be that way for long. At the first city commission meeting after a contentious election, city leaders approved a new library and recreational center, a bridge to Jones Box Park, and a 4-year plan to repave every street in Las Milpas.
When these projects are finalized, it will transform our community.
Anaya is a leader of Valley Interfaith, a civic advocacy group. He says they've been working with residents of Las Milpas to put pressure on city leaders to address these issues. Now that they're listening, residents are ready for a brighter future for South Far.
To hear that our problems finally have a solution, it's great.
Now, city commissioners also approved a plan to add more buses and bus routes to that area in Las Milpas. They also approved an increase in funding to the VITA program. Live and Far, Annalise Ortiz, Action 4 News.
New details now about a report you heard first on Action 4. Officials say black tracking devices are reappearing on the ankles of some undocumented immigrants here in the valley. Volunteers at Sacred Hearts Immigration Shelter say they haven't seen the devices in months, but just last week they began noticing them again. This comes months after our report that immigration officials were releasing undocumented immigrants with monitoring bracelets. Nina Pruneda, spokeswoman for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, says the bracelets are part of a program that is meant to make sure immigrants who are released to report to an ICE office once they reach their final destination. And in just months, a new clinic in Edinburg will open to serve all students, parents, and teachers of the school district. The student-based health center is slated to open this summer to provide more access to health care for those students and their families who may be uninsured or underinsured.
We do see a lot of individuals in our community that don't have a primary care physician that are using emergency departments as their medical home. So hopefully this will establish and provide another option, a better option.
Some of those needed services will include physicals, immunizations, or wellness checks. DHR opened its first student-based clinic last summer in PSJA and says they are in the planning stages of opening them in other districts valley-wide. Right now, let's check on the temperatures. A nice warm, even a little bit of a breeze out there for our night, Brian Hill.
Well, we are looking at some showers near the valley, but those are dying out quick. And you're right, it feels nice and warm out there, a little humid as well. The showers and thunder showers surviving on across the state of Nuevo Leon, in making way for the state of Tamaulipas, but dying out quickly with the sun going down. One source of energy for those storms, daytime heating. More generated up near Del Rio, though. We'll look at those in a minute. 50 miles to the southwest, about the closest remnant activity, what's left over. But you can also see the white on the map. That's the satellite image I've superimposed on there. And you can see we still have plenty of clouds in the area. Right now, across the valley, it looks pretty nice. You have McAllen calling in at 82 degrees. Not bad, and mostly clear. A little hole in the clouds there. And the southeast wind at 9 miles an hour. Brownsville, 80 degrees as well, with a mix of clouds and a southeast wind at 6 miles an hour. Overnight tonight, let's take her down around 76 degrees, increasing clouds overnight, and then the threat of a shower or thunder shower tomorrow morning. I'll explain why we're bringing back the threat of thunder showers. All that's coming up in your Storm Tracker forecast.
And now only on 4, a mother from La Feria still recovering tonight after being involved in a car wreck recently that left her life completely destroyed. Action 4's Tiffany Huertas now files this report.
She had a call to go for an interview, and she didn't get to the interview. She didn't get home. Till now, it's very hard, very hard.
Juanita Alvarado still remembers the day when her daughter-in-law was pinned inside an SUV. 29-year-old Janalee Alvarado suffered a stroke during the accident last month.
It's heartbreaking. It's the tears day in, day out.
According to Harlingen police, the driver of a Ford F-150 attempted to exit Expressway 83 eastbound onto Dixieland Road at the last minute. The Ford F-150 hit a barrier, went airborne, and landed on Janalee's Suburban.
Really and truly, with 4 kids, it's not easy. It's hard.
Janalee has 3 daughters and 1 son who now have to stay with relatives outside of the valley.
It's very hard knowing that my childs are not here, my kiddos are not here.
Janalee is now at Reeves Rehabilitation Center in San Antonio with her husband by her side. She suffers memory loss and has broken bones.
She came and she told us, I'm done with my training, with my school. And she was so happy to find that she was going to have a job. She was looking forward to that.
Janalee had just received her certification to be a medical assistant, but now her dreams are far away. And with her husband not working to take care of her, her bills have stacked up. Her family sells what they can to raise funds to help out. Juanita, although disabled, gets up every day and walks around different communities selling crafts she sewed with her own hands.
Only God knows what's going to happen from here and then.
With a hope and a prayer and the strength of family, they will have Janalee back in good health. In Harlingen, Tiffany Huertas, Action 4 News.
In addition to the crafts that they are selling, the family asking for donations. They have started an account online under the Help Janalee. That's their GoFundMe page. For more ways on how you can help, just go to our website, valleycentral.com. And coming up on Action 4 News at 10, shopping smarter for tires can sometimes be a hassle. We find out how to get the best tires without emptying your wallet. Your car's tires are the only thing between you and the road. Manufacturers recommend you change them every 6 to 10 years, which can often be expensive. So buying used tires is a great alternative. Yami Virgin shows you how to shop smarter for used tires.
Getting in our cars every day, we take it for granted that things can go wrong. in a split second. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, says there are nearly 11,000 tire-related crashes every year in the United States.
America's sort of behind on the safety of letting people know that the tire's too old and you should discard it.
Justin Hill's an attorney who specializes in cases involving tire recalls and blowouts.
People are rolling on tires that might be older than their car manufacturers tell them they should be riding on.
Most manufacturers recommend replacing a tire anywhere from 6 to 10 years, depending on how well you take care of it. But there's no expiration date on tires like you see on other products you buy, like child car seats.
Some other countries have instituted stamped-on expiration dates on tire. There's been lobbying and efforts by consumer advocates for years now to get expiration dates on tires, but we've been unable to do that. Legislation has not been passed that does that.
We went shopping in search of used tires to see what's available to you.
Hello. Hi. Oh, I think you're the one who helped me last Friday.
Yeah, but the tire...
We went to a few shops around town.
You said this one is a good tire?
Yeah.
We found these tires for sale. First thing we look for is the Department of Transportation, or DOT number. Look for this 4-digit code at the end. It tells you the week and the year the tire was made. We found one tire from 2007, the other from 2008. In that range, tires are recommended for replacement based on their condition. The price for each one, $40.
$40 each.
That was $40 too much.
We took our tires to two different groups. First, Linda's Tire Service, where the Mensch family has been in business for almost 30 years.
This tire is no good, obviously, because all the rubber is torn from the bead. That's the steel bead.
That's supposed to seal on your rims?
Right, this is supposed to be all rubber like this. Because if air gets down in there, then it's going to make the tire separate.
Just the fact that the bead's torn like this, they should have just scrapped the tire.
Here's something he says you can do when searching for a good tire.
Here's the real test. You throw a tire down like that, and then you step on it. And then you can really see the cracking.
We also showed the tires to Juan Santillan.
Those tires shouldn't have been on the street. They're too dry rotted.
Who worked at a tire shop for 35 years in San Antonio, and the owner of the shop, Patrick Flores.
These tires should have been destroyed at any tire shop. As soon as they got them in, you take them in and you destroy them, basically. Yeah, they're just unfit.
Their biggest concern.
For the money and for what you're protecting, your family, your kids, and then whenever it blows out, like I'm saying, when it blows out, you're going every direction but straight.
But here's something you need to know.
As the law sits right now, it's not criminal for somebody to sell used tires.
You heard right. A company selling a tire in this shape is not breaking the law, but we still wanted to ask about the tires we bought.
Are you the manager? Are you the owner? Okay,
No. The man whom the other employee said was in charge blamed the sale of the bad tires on another employee.
¿Usted le vende llantas así al público?
It was the other guy.
When we pointed out what was wrong with the tires, he kept telling us he would give us our $80 back.
Viene una mujer a comprar una llanta y le dan llantas así.
Yeah, something could happen. An accident.
And that was Yasmin Virgen reporting. Until a law is passed, you, the consumer, are the only one who can really protect yourself. The easiest step is by looking at the DOT number to see just how old those used tires are and watching to make sure your tread doesn't get too shallow. They'll go like that. Let's go on over to the Storm Tracker for Weather Center. Brian, what do you have for us?
I have a chance for rain and thunderstorms in the forecast, ramping up through the end of the week, and another surge for Sunday to Monday. Oh, can we save Memorial Weekend out of this thing? I think so. We'll show you coming up next in your Storm Tracker forecast.
Coming up on Sunrise, it's heating up, and it's a great time to hit the slides at Schlitterbahn.
Tomorrow morning, we'll tell you about a special program and who it's for that will get them free admission to all the parks this holiday weekend.